She's roaming the hills again looking for our son's remains. Ever since we got here, that's all she does. Madeline! It was all I could do to get her to attend the memorial service, and now she's run out of the church before it's over. Doesn't even put her coat on.
We'll find her, don't worry.
It's a hell of a night to be out.
When the fog clings to the hills like this at night, it means the morning will be clear.
She can't put aside her grief. I thought her sorrow would diminish with time, but it hasn't. The other families have gone on with their lives. Why can't she?
The other families had a body to bury. With a body she would have a coffin, or a gravesite, a place to put her grief. The sky was not meant to be a burial ground. It's too big. And when you store your grief there, it runs wild.
Yes. And now that she's here in Lockerbie, it's running even wilder. It must be these hills. They've got a strange kind of power, these hills, don't they?
Yes, they do.
I don't know. Maybe I did the wrong thing by bringing her here. I just thought that maybe if I brought her to Lockerbie on the anniversary, to attend the memorial service, and see the monument, and to speak to the other families, and maybe then she'll stop weeping.
But there's no greater sorrow than the death of a child.
No. He's not. He was our only child. He was 20 years old.
Adam Alexander Livingston.
You know his name?
Everyone in Lockerbie knows the names of everyone who died.
You are very kind. Thank you for coming here with me. I'm at my wit's end here.
I know you are, love. We all are. Otto? Otto! Over here! Oh, we saw her run from the church.
When they lit the candles and read the names of the dead.
We were worried.
Can we help?
Thank you, but I'm not quite sure what to do.
Otto, we just got word from Patty down at the warehouse. The mayor came out to the meeting with Mr. Jones.
He didn't succeed. Olive, they're going to burn the clothes. Burn the clothes?
Yes.
Everything on the shelves of Saddle will be incinerated at dawn. Now that the investigation is over and the evidence has been collected against the terrorists, they're going to burn the clothing of the victims.
Over 11,000 articles. But the women of Lockerbie have petitioned the American authorities to release the clothing to us.
We want to wash the clothes and return them to the victims' families.
Some families might not want them yet.
Each family can decide for themselves.
Besides, it's something we must do.
Not only for the families, but for ourselves.
When evil comes into the world, it is the job of the witness to turn it to love. Aye. We were the witnesses. But your government has not been very responsive, I'm sorry to say.
They sent a man from Washington, Mr. Jones, to shut down the warehouse. He hasn't returned our phone calls.
He doesn't understand.
He didn't see the destruction. Times are running out.
Don't worry, Hattie and I were down strategy this morning.
Hattie is the cleaning woman in Mr. Jones' office.
She's one of us.
Right.
Mrs. Allison, please don't let me keep you. It sounds like you're needed in town for important matters.
If Mr. Jones gets wind that Olive is around, he'll call in Scotland Yard.
She cornered him in the market.
She grabbed his arm and started to yell.
I didn't yell.
Olive, dear, you yelled.
I spoke forcefully with great conviction.
She terrified the poor man.
He wouldn't listen to me. Besides, I need to be here with you. Your wife's struggle with grief is a struggle we all share. Adam!
Yes, Maddie, over here!
Adam! Look how she wanders. Her spirit broken.
It breaks my heart to see her.
She's like a field being struck by lightning.
Stuck in the middle of grief.
Adam!
Maddie, over here.
He's here, Bill. Adam is here. I can feel him.
Maddie, put your coat on.
Whenever I walk over these hills, I can feel him.
Well, good.
If only I could find some part of him, you know? Like the bone.
You won't find him, Maddie. There's nothing to find. The bone went off the compartment under his seat. Everybody in that part of the plane vanished. You know that.
There's got to be something of him somewhere.
Maddie, please!
Mr. Livingston, you can't reason with grief. It has no ears to hear you.
What is she doing?
She's talking to herself again.
What does she say?
She goes over and over the moment she heard the news.
Grief needs to talk.
I've stopped listening. I can't
Let
take
us
it
talk
anymore.
to her. Maybe she'll listen to one of us.
Go ahead. I'll give anything a try.
Miss Livingston? Mrs. Livingston, can we talk to you?
Want to talk to the crazy lady?
We don't think you're crazy.
I'm roaming the hills looking for my son's body. Only a crazy person can do something like that.
What a mother.
Aye.
I'm not a mother anymore.
Miss Livingston, talk to us, please. Tell us your story.
I was in the kitchen. I was making a pie for Adam to welcome him home. The TV was on, I listened to it while cooking. I sprinkled flour onto the counter, and I rolled out the pie dough the way my mother taught me, and then Ted Koppel comes on air. I know immediately something is wrong, he said.
We interrupt this program.
I thought, oh dear, something awful has happened. What a shame. And so close to Christmas. I grab more flour and I sprinkle it. I roll the crust in it. Then I hear.
Pan M103 was last seen in a fireball over Scotland.
I double over. I sink onto the kitchen counter, my face pressed into the pie dough. I could not stand up. My arm hits the flour bin. I crash to the floor. My feet are covered in flour. I reach for the handle on the refrigerator and I pull myself up and there, right in front of me, is a note held by a magnet that says, Adam, 7 p.m. to JFK, Pan Am 103. I live in New Jersey. I have 2 cars in the driveway. This was not supposed to happen to me.
Miss Livingston, I've got some candles from the church. We'll have a vigil here in this place where your son died.
Lighting candles will give me no comfort.
I could use the comfort of a candle. Mr. Livingston,
Please.
death is a guest whose visit is short. When it comes to your house, it never stays.
It just pokes its head in the door to drop something off and is gone. But grief
Grief is a guest who stays too long. Its visits turn from days
into weeks, into months.
into years. Where does the dog come?
It sleeps in your bed
but looking over your shoulder, so you cannot forget that it's there.
Yes.
I was driving to the petrol station.
I was walking the dog. I was baking a pie like you like.
Suddenly the sky turned red.
The ground shook. The pie fell. I ran to the door.
I slammed on my brakes.
I turned and looked. And my neighbor's rose garden was on fire.
I jumped out of the car.
I ran out of the door, and there, on top of the hill, was a red suitcase sitting there. As if someone had set it down. When I got to my house, the lights were still on, but the roof was gone. And someone yelled,
Don't go in there!
But I didn't listen. I pushed open the door, and inside my living room was a pile of bodies. 71 bodies still strapped to the seat.
And down on Lockerbie Lane, Christmas carols were playing.
Letter bags fell from the sky.
They drifted to the ground and covered the streets like snow.
We saw the wreckage,
We saw the bodies, and we saw the faces.
the faces of the dead. It's the faces that haunt me the most. Mr. Livingston,
Are you all right?
we've upset you. I'm sorry.
No. No. I just didn't know. That's all.
I never should have let him study in London. I never should have let him go so far away from home. He was too young. I should have made him wait for a year. I should have said, no, you cannot go. Why didn't I say that? And why did I choose Pan Am over Delta? There were 2 boxes on the application form. Why didn't I just check the box for Delta? And I should have let him stay an extra day with his friends, but I said no. I want you home for Christmas. I want you home for the party. I planned a party for Saturday. He never would have been on that plane. He never would have died.
Maddie, it was Christmas Eve. We always had the party the day before.
I could have said, yes, you can come home whenever you want.
You let him go because you loved him. And you brought him home because you missed him. You did what any mother would do. Please, this tragedy didn't happen because of you. Get a hold of yourself. Maddie, please!
Lives are made of choices. This is the consequence we cannot see. You check the box for Delta and your son lives.
You check the box for Pan Am and he dies. Such little choices that create such big results.
Sometimes it just seems that these things are fated.
Meant to happen.
Sometimes the scenes are not meant to happen at all. They just do.
If I ever meet his killers, I will kill them. I will more than kill them. They should suffer. The suffering should be equal to the suffering they've caused.
You can't repay him the suffering.
Yes, you can. You know how? Endless pain. That's how. And let me tell you, pain is a gentle word to describe what I would do to them if I ever got the chance. I would cut them with sharp knives and grind cigarettes into their eyes.
Maddie! Stop! We came here to find peace.
I will not find peace until there's justice.
That is not justice, that is revenge.
Those men killed your your son. They killed 270 people. They just destroyed our lives. How can you be so calm?
Because rage won't bring him back. Now look, I know you're angry.
I was a good mother. And a good wife. This is what I get.
It's not fair. But Maddie, life's not fair. At some point you have to accept that. You have to move on.
Move on. What? Breakfast, lunch, dinner, talking on the phone, playing bridge. I don't know how anyone can move on after something like this.
I moved on.
You didn't love him as much as I did!
Maddie!
If you did, you wouldn't have gotten over it so fast!
That is not true. You know that it's not true.
You cleaned up his room. You gave away his belongings.
I did that to help you.
You just go on as if nothing has happened.
Well, what am I supposed to do? Spend my days weeping on the couch like you?
You didn't cry when we got the news. You didn't cry at the funeral. You didn't cry at all.
How could I, Maddie? I had to do everything! I had to do everything to keep you from falling apart. I had to send the medical records to Scotland. I had to talk to the friends and the neighbors. I even had to talk to the reporters standing on our front lawn with cameras, taking pictures of my grief. I even had to take his Christmas present back to the store because you couldn't stand the sight of it under the tree. Do you know what that was like? Can you even imagine it? Try. Try to imagine it just for a moment. What do you say to the 16-year-old girl who stands behind the counter at JCPenney and asks, "Why are you returning this sweater, sir?" "This is for my son, but he died. He was blown to bits by a bomb." I said, "My son, she's right. I didn't show my grief. How could I? I'm sorry. I don't know what to do."
The dark forest leads to an open field. The dark valley rises to a mountain where the sun shines bright. Spring follows winter, and morning the dark night. There is an order to the world. An order behind the chaos and the violence. And there is a purpose. If the night was full of light, then we wouldn't see the stars. And if hatred never pierced our hearts, we would not know the power of love. These things are given to us for a reason. The reason is never made fully clear.
And no one is given a burden they are unable to bear.
Trust in the strength of love to overcome the awesome power of hatred. And believe that behind the suffering of the world, there is a purpose to everything.
I want nothing more than to believe that this has happened for a reason. But I can't. I just can't. The events of the world, the horrors, just happen. And they happen for no reason. The only thing you can do is accept that and carry on the best you can. accept the suffering that comes to you, and find some way to keep going. If there is a God, then he is absent from the world and pays no attention to the needs of men.
His words leave me with nothing to hold on to. My feet is hanging by a thread. I've got to get the clothes. I've got to go to the warehouse. I've got to find a way out of this dark valley. Mr. Jones!
Damn it! Those women! Reporters. You called in the damn reporters!
Hattie, you're a fool. You grabbed your mom and not your kilt. You're gonna freeze to death.
Hattie? Hattie!
Yay!
What are you doing out here?
Just cleaning up a bit, Mr. Jones.
Hattie, you're mopping the grass.
Aye, it's gotten muddy, sir. I can cut down on the mud getting tracked across your office floor.
You followed me out here, didn't you?
Why, Mr. Jones? I would never think to do such a thing.
Do you remember the oath you signed with the American government?
Oh, sir?
The papers you signed, but when you took this job.
I seem to recall some paper.
In that paper, there's a provision for spying. Do you remember that provision, Hattie?
No, sir, I don't. Because, you see, I don't read.
You don't read, huh?
No, sir, I'm just a cleaning woman. The only thing I know how to do is mop the floors.
Do you know what Washington does to spies, Hattie?
No.
They put them in jail.
Oh.
Stop spying, or have Washington put you in jail. Hello? Hello?
He's gonna put me in jail!
Who is going to put you in jail?
Mr. Jones! He's accusing me of being a spy!
Mr. Jones. Yes, the women have told me all about you.
He's a bully, he is.
I am not.
Scaring me half to death by threatening to put me in jail.
I'm not going to put you in jail.
Oh, I liked it then. I'll be on my way, now that that's settled.
Where are you going?
Back to the warehouse.
I don't want you going to my office. Do you understand?
Yes, sir!
You may leave. God, these women are driving me crazy. They're not just sweet little old ladies they appear to be. Do you know what they just did? They called in the television crews. They're all down at the warehouse. They're trying to create an international incident. These people. And then, I'll never get out of here. Well, then why are you doing it? I have orders from Washington. I want things wrapped up here. Look, this whole affair has gone on long enough. These people should just get over it. I mean, move on. Get a life. Next, they'll probably send in a mother. The mothers are the worst. They come clutching the baby pictures. Johnny blowing out the candles on his birthday cake. Little Timmy smiling with his mouth full of braces. The mothers will drive you crazy. There's always a mother who makes it impossible to do your job. What about the fathers? Oh, I have to deal with them too. But men are different. You can always reason with a man. At least they don't shove those pictures in my face. What do you have there? It's my son's school picture from the 6th grade. Smiling. It is not full of braces. Was your son on board? Yes. Oh. I didn't know. I'm sorry. Here. This is a picture from when he hit a home run in the Little League. And here. This is a ticket stub from the Yankees game I took him to on his last birthday. I just found it in the pocket of his old coat. It's funny. I've worn this coat for years. Well, hey, that's great. So your son was a Yankees fan. Mr. Jones, do you have any children? No, I don't. I don't have a wife. Well, I had one. Had two, actually, but we never got around to having kids, you know. Then it might be a little hard for you to understand the loss that a parent feels. When Adam died, I cut off the patient. I had to. Then, I didn't feel anything else either. Until just now, when I was walking these hills and found this ticket stub. I felt something for the first time in years. I mean, look at this thing. It's a little piece of paper. Who would have thought that a little piece of paper could have that much power? George, those clothes aren't just things. They have life. Please reconsider your decision. Release the clothing to the women.
Look, I wish I could, really, but I
Mr.
can't.
Livingston?
Look, I've got to go.
Mr. Livingston? Mr. Jones!
Oh, Mrs. Allison. Hello.
I've been looking for you.
Oh, look, you see, I've got to go. I've got an appointment.
In the middle of the night.
I'm a busy man, Mrs. Allison.
There's something very important I need to discuss with you.
There's nothing important to discuss.
Did you really think you could get away with burning the clothes and not have anyone notice?
I didn't think it'll turn into an international incident, if that's what you mean. I won't be bullied, Mrs. Allison.
Mr. Jones, I'm not bullying. I'm begging. Please, release the clothes to the women. Don't burn them.
Mrs. Allison. Here, get up. Please, get up. Look, I would like to release the clothes. Really, I would. But I can't. They're contaminated.
How can they be contaminated?
They're covered in blood.
Well, wash them.
I can't let you do that.
Why not?
The State Department has certain policies, certain procedures.
You can always make an exception, Mr. Jones.
That's right. The State Department allows for exceptions too. It says they're right there in the regulations.
I thought you said you couldn't read, Hattie.
I lied!
Look, the regulations don't apply here. This is a foreign policy matter. I have a responsibility to reduce the trauma that has been brought to this community and to look out for your own welfare.
The Scottish people are quite capable of looking out for their own welfare.
Let me spell it out for you. The clothes are contaminated. They're covered in blood. A lot of blood. Blood from 270 people. And that's not all. There are guts on those clothes. Guts? Do you understand? I can't let anybody see that.
Mr. Jones, you seem to forget we were there when the crash occurred.
I picked up bloody parts.
I found a woman's arm and a child's leg in my garden. I picked them up with my own two hands and carried them down to the morgue myself.
I still have the families to think about. I don't want to open any old wounds.
You won't, Mr. Jones. Not heal them.
The best way to heal a wound is to leave it alone. And that's what I intend to do. I'm sorry.
We can't let him do this. We can just take them.
You mean the clothes?
Yes.
How can we do that?
I'll let you into the back entrance. Hattie, you'll be arrested. Yes, I know. We all do. But the clothing won't be burned. We don't have much time. Come on! Adam!
Lit their candles and went back to town. They've forgotten you, Adam. Just like the world has forgotten me. I remember. These hills remember too. Look how black they are. The water's black too. How quickly you passed. Just one moment clearly. It's so there.
What is she doing?
Living.
found something of Adam's. Yes.
What?
Here, look. It's the ticket stub from the Yankees game I took him to on his last birthday.
Where did you find
In
this?
the pocket of his old coat.
It was in your coat. It's not Adam's. It's yours.
Well, yes.
I do not want anything of yours. I only want something of Adam's.
Why do you hold on to your grief so hard?
It's the only thing I have left to hold on to.
Well, you have me. Hold on to me.
I don't want you.
Don't turn your hatred towards your husband, Miss Livingston.
You stay out of this.
I'm only trying to help.
I don't want your help.
You need help.
You don't know what I need. Go away. This has nothing to do with you.
It has everything to do with me.